Hello. So I'm at the laundromat. I'm supposed to be at work. I get off at 5 p.m. and it's probably like 3 something right now, and I'm at the laundromat. So obviously something happened, right? I told you that yesterday after that comment that was exchanged between me and my boss that something was gonna happen today. So I said the scenario. So what these crazy people did was like, yeah, a scenario can happen, but it don't have to be necessarily what you think is gonna be. So it's here's the scenario. I go to work and I say, hey, how you doing? Whatever. He doesn't say anything. I don't say anything. And I'm like kind of like doing my job, but like the calls are so hard. You know, our job is to like pretty much sell, telemarketing. The calls are hard today, and it's almost seemed like by design, and which it was, cause I have some notes here. There were cryptic messages in the calls, like the name of the company had like a piece of a message, and the number of the company always had some sort of 666 in it, whether it be the 9, you just reverse it and it's a 6, or it just have the three sixes in there, and I wrote down the numbers just to kind of like show how these people are so crazy. Like they do, like this workplace mobbing is weird, but like they put you in a situation where they're expecting the kind of like energy out of you. It's almost like energy harvesting, literally, because the girl that worked there, she's a Haitian girl. Last week was, the week that the boss was yelling at her. He told her she needed to go home. Cause it's really mean the whole week. And this week, it's like she. It's a very strange thing, but like I had a really good day, and I had 7 like sales that day, and she had a really good day, and she had 7 sales. And the same week that I had the 7 sales is the same week that she was getting yelled at. I believe. Not so sure. But I know she definitely got yelled at after I had 7 sales. And then she had 7 sales yesterday. And then today I got yelled at. So it kind of like seems like some sort of weird energy harvesting game that these people do. But here was the situation. Like I said, I knew when I got to work it was gonna be something. So I, come to work, I do what I do, and the calls are very like weird. Like everybody coming like seems very rude, like very set up. And you could tell even some it sounded like they were reading from a script. Oh no, ma'am, you don't need to do that. We're okay with our service. It's like reading from a script. And me and the girl were doing our best, and the calls just really suck. And the guy kind of gets on the girl because she delivered like a sale, but the address was wrong, and she said, okay, sorry about that, I won't do it again or whatever. So then there was me. I was about to put one just like that, coincidentally 2 in one day. So I was about to put one in. I said, no, this one's the same like what she got, so I'm not gonna do that. But it almost seemed like it was like a setup because I was just like typing up the sale. Cause I saw the address. I was like, fuck that shit, whatever. All my numbers are good. But then he was like talking on the phone, and he was talking to her. He's like, the one you just sent me, it was happened to be the same one I was just about to put in. So I said, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. So then the next call, the guy's like, giving me his information, but he like hung up at the end when I got his name, but I got most of the information. So I just said, okay, well that's a good one right there. And he's like, oh, you missing like 3 pieces of information. That's what it was. It was the stories in the building, do they rent or own, and how many PCs they have, I believe, and employees. And the guy, not the guy hung up on me. So before I could do anything, the guy hung up on me. And this freaking boss of mine, like I was gonna call the guy back. I had the guy's number, but I just came back from a break, and the boss like, hey, hang up the phone, come here in my office right now. So I said, yeah. He's like, oh, that last call, what was that? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, it seemed like he kind of rushed through it, and he just put it together. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, sorry about that. I ain't gonna do it again. He's like, no, sit down. We need to talk. Okay, what? You know? Well, he kept saying, let's listen to the call again. Let's listen to the call again. I'm like, okay, I know I fucked up. You know, that's kind of like the situation that is, and you're trying to avoid. Like I said, the one thing I kind of didn't want was him, like, having to be in office with me or anything like that. And it happened, but just in a kind of like different fashion. So he's like, he's yelling at me. That was kind of weird stuff, and I'm just like listening, and I'm just like, okay, just like this, okay. And the thing is that he was yelling at me so much that he said, "Oh, you think this is funny?" Like I literally grinned. He's yelling at me, and I'm like, what am I supposed to be like? Yeah, Then you're gonna say, "Why you look so angry? You look like you're gonna fight me." So the best that I could do, I was not smiling, big cheesing. I just was like, okay, to acknowledge, and not over excessively either. And look at who's in the background, the damn fire truck. Those people are losers. So the guy, he's like, "Oh well, it's not funny. It's not a joke, and we don't do that stuff here. So go home and I'll see you tomorrow." So I'm like, okay, see you tomorrow. He did the same thing to the girl last week, and the girl was crying her little fucking eyes out. Oh my god, I hate this job. I'm gonna go to another job. Already looking for another job. Me, I'm just like, okay. But the thing about this job is it's a design of like some sort of like hell for you. Like I said, they use their left brain electronics because like the girl literally had the same exact situation like me last week where she had to get yelled at by the boss and sent home early. And the girl was crying her eyes out, like sobbing, sob. And she was like all depressed for like so many days, and she's like trying her hardest to perform, even me too, and then it's like it's almost like an experiment because like I don't know, it just give off that energy because like I said, I kind of always had the feeling that my boss is a gang stalker. And literally yesterday I went over different scenarios, but these people were like, it don't matter, maybe I know a different scenario that you didn't think of, and whatever. What am I gonna do? Like fret, get angry because they did this? Like I can't do that because that's the most important thing that these people want to get from you. They want to make you upset and go crazy. You know what I mean? Let me read you some of the messages because like literally I can't even make this up. Like the messages that were on my fucking phone. Like let me give you some examples. Okay, there was the company, right? And I was trying. That's one of the people that was talking like a robot. I said, "Hey, how you doing? This is the service we're selling. Can I speak to the person that's in charge so I could, see if they want the service?" And the lady said she coughs. They always cough or sneeze. She's like, "Well, sorry, our company has currently been taken over by a global company, and they handle all of these things. Bye bye." But the way she said it was very like scripty, like a robot, So I was like, okay, whatever. Then I had like a call, and the person, I think it was one I was supposed to get, but the guy, I hung up on him by mistake, and it was like whatever. But the thing was, before I could not before I could hang up on the guy by mistake. When I hung up on the guy by mistake, I didn't get the chance to call him back either because I kind of like, I was trying to avoid contact with my boss, like I said, because I just felt like something was coming. Like once I talked to him, it was going to be some bad stuff, Because like I said, these people listen to your microphone and your fucking camera and your shit. So whatever you kind of like say out loud, what they're going to do is they're going to kind of like try to use that to orchestrate some sort of havoc in your life. And the weird part was I could see some entities. I don't know why, but I really could see these entities. And like you can't see them like right here. You can see them only in the corner of your eyes. And they like, it's hard to explain. I'm gonna look for the show. There's a show on this network. I don't know what network it is, but I'm gonna make sure I Google it and have the screenshot on here. They're making the editing of this. This demon kind of like spirit. It's a doppelganger of people. Like it could shapeshift, right? It was this weird fucking show series, a short one. They could make a doppelganger of people, then they do like a big crime, like they murder a child, they rape a child, they murder a person, like they do a heinous crime. But the whole time, they use someone else's face. They just use the person's face and like kind of like feature it, but it's not the person. The person is somewhere else. And then everybody saw the person do the crime, so they blaming you, but you was like way across town, and the thing stays nearby, like all the time around you, in order to see how everything plays out, because it gets energy off of all the bad things that happen. It gets energy from you having a bad day and hurting somebody. Like it just stays there, and it keeps doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. So I forgot the name of the show or the series, but I'm gonna kind of like add it to here so you can see. But like the way that this kind of seems, it seems like it was so orchestrated. Like it's an office with 3 girls. Like one employee is like total terrible employee. Like she barely even came to work. Like yesterday she left. No, day before yesterday she left early. The day before that, she just didn't come, and today she didn't come either. And then there's me and a Zoe girl, and we the only 2 that pretty much be on there trying to carry the company or whatever. And it's like a very small kind of like energetic experiment to put certain people there and do certain things and put them in certain situations, and then like try to kind of like manipulate the situation. But the way that they did this, it really does seem like that kind of like show, because I kept seeing this weird kind of like thing at the corner, like you know what I mean, like the day was being set up and it just was waiting to see what happened. And it was so weird because my boss was yelling at me, and then I was like, okay, what am I gonna do about it? Like I was not like rude, like some bitches have a rude face. I was calm. That's what the B system wants you to do. They're literally yelling at you. In a situation like that, they don't know what they would do. But I was so calm. I was like, okay, no problem. And he's like, oh, so that's all you got to say for yourself? Huh? Okay, no problem. I'm like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to get angry? Do you want me to start cursing you out? You want me to cry? What? Because the other girl cried. Bitch, I'm not going to cry. Who? I'm not going to cry. For what? I get fired. I just had a job interview at another place, and I can get a job interview at many other places. It's gonna be the same thing, so at least I'll be able to get my little check. But the T is, they did the same exact thing at the last 2 jobs I was working at this time around. Because remember, I just came from a divorce last year, and I wasn't working. So I went to these jobs, and they always workplace mob you. This is called workplace mobbing. Okay, so here is some of the things on the thing. The lady calls. I call the lady. She's like, she starts coughing. She says, "Oh, I'm sorry, our company can't deal with you guys because our company was taken over by a global company, and they don't want to work with you guys." So you got to kind of like read between the lines. Then another person, the one that I'm hung up on, he had Cox cable, and the next call that I had, it was a person who had Cox cable, but it was just written in the notes, and I wasn't able to talk to them because it was voicemail. Then another company called Pentagon Plumbing. That number had 666, but that's when I kind of was like, okay, there's a pattern. Why does it got 666 in the company ID, and then it says Pentagon Plumbing? Okay, the next call after that, it says Fabrication Masters, meaning they can fabricate any situation that they want. So they want to fabricate you to have a bad day, they can do that. That's what they were saying. So they're like, we're mastering this situation right here that you have it right now. We mastered this, Again, that's what workplace mobbing is like right now, okay? Then, here's how they set the ball up. The boss says to me, I said, listen, the girl, because I felt like, I don't know, like if I felt like they kind of was giving me a certain list. Like I said, they did it to her. They gave me the exact same number that she had when we both had good days, and the other one had to have an absolutely terrible day. And then both of us got sent home, but they got 2 different reactions, obviously, right? So because of that reason, oh God, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I'm trying to get back to my train of thought. Oh God, sorry, it's just such a crazy day. So me and the girl, we both kind of like, I had a theory that there's a list. I worked for many call centers. Like I said, the fact that they want me and her only to speak English in office and never speak Creole because we could be saying secret shit, right? Okay. So we can't speak no Creole in the office. So I felt like he be listening in on us just like in our microphones. So if you're listening in on us on the microphones, I mean there's lists. There's lists for like, there's a good list where everybody on there is gonna say yeah. And then there's a bad list where it just fucking sucks, you know? And not only does it just suck, but imagine being GameStop and all these companies are a part of the matrix. So it's like a specific kind of thing they gotta do, you know? Literally, I've experienced this with every company. Okay, and I know that there's lists. I know they listen in, like when you're just on, you're waiting for your call, they listen to every little thing. Not when the call is starting and it's recording. They can listen during any time. Even if there's no call for 5 minutes, they can listen in on a microphone. Okay, your boss. So the guy, you know, he's like, I don't know, he's giving me this feeling like for that week, like the way that the girl was doing so bad, it almost seemed like there was a certain list for me. Me, the one who had the most calls, because the thing is, it's about proof. If this girl is having such a bad day, let me go on her computer, because apparently I'm having a really good day. Let me go on her computer just to show that, hey, you know, it's the same calls everybody having. If I can't get it, that means something's wrong with your list. Any person that's been in telemarketing, you know that there's this. The thing was, I said that to him. I said, listen, how about, you know, let me take some calls at her desk just to prove that, you know, there's nothing going on here. Like, I don't have no favoritism. I put her on a certain list. And he's like, oh, that list conspiracy theory is a fraud. But I know without a shadow of a doubt that there's a system just like that. So that's gaslighting. Okay? So, there was a company called Advanced Information System. Advanced Information System kind of be like we have all the technology and we have advanced systems that tell us all the information, and we can reach out to companies and tell them to, you know, say certain things, whatever, right? The number was 63169. So you turn the 9 upside down, it's a 6 or 6, so that number, okay? So then we had another one called South Design Studio, and the person was like overly like nasty for no reason. And the employee number was 63606. So they had the 666 in there. Then there was a company called Starfire. It was, I don't know if it was like some sort of psychic thing. But the company's name was Starfire, and the employee number was 65666. 65666, okay? And while I was on that call, a beeping just came out of nowhere, like my earphones. Like, it was like a very, very clear beep, and it bleeped for like a few seconds, like 4 seconds. It was not a voicemail beep. It was like a kind of like silent beep in the back or something. It was very weird. Anyways, then I called the number, and it was 944-4422. You don't know the area code. But when you add the 4s and the 2s, it makes 666 evenly, right? Same kind of rhetoric. Then there was another one. It was Corporate Planner, 64962. So again, you flip the 9 upside down, it's 666. Because they try to be creative in how they identify who's the pagan that you're calling. That's how they identify them based on what I know about the system, coincidentally. Okay, so like I said, the girl sent the sale before me, and the sale, the same one that I was about to put in, that very same second, he was telling her, hey, why did you send this? Because this is the problem. So the same one I was about to send, I said, okay, so I see he, kind of don't like that, so let me just don't do that then. Same situation, And I had my little notes. I think that's all the notes I have. But like today was like a very big like workplace mobbing thing. But you know what it taught me? We need to not think out loud anymore. Because we think out loud, this is one thing that I've noticed. These people don't know how to read your mind. When you're by yourself in your house, in your car, and the only thing that is with you is your telephone or your electronic device, you think that it's just me. I'm the only person in the room, so therefore I'm safe. I can say, I can talk to myself. Because a lot of people talk to themselves. When you're at home. You like safer things. The thing is, that's how they've been getting us, targeted individuals. So here's a little experiment we're gonna try. Let's try not talking out loud about everything, because that will kind of make them work harder, because we're kind of like making their lives easier just by saying things that would kind of like mess up our day in a way, or just saying anything that's on our mind. You know, we're probably very expressive people. You know, I would probably be upset and be like, oh my God, you know, can't believe this happened today. But the thing is that I kind of like, I already knew that today was going to be the day like today. Like I said, to be continued. And here we are, 5B, part B. So the day went exactly how I thought it was going to go. It just didn't go exactly, but it went in that direction, which I already knew was going to happen. This is a part of the workplace mobbing. And anything that we do, if we just say it when we think we're in the privacy of our own home, there's no privacy. That's the truth. When you are alone with your phone or any electronic device, you're not really alone. There's some fucking person listening in on your microphone or through your camera. And that's how they are learning a lot of things about us. Targeted individuals, how we think, what we're gonna do next as far as choices. So what we should do is try from here on out is never speaking out loud anything. You could think it, because if they really have devices that can read your mind, then they'll be able to figure it out. But if they don't talk out loud. Like anytime something happens, don't, you know, just avoid your stuff out loud because you think you're alone, because you're never really alone. That is the truth. And this situation that I orchestrated from yesterday and today, exactly what I said would happen, that means that my theory is true, that these people are listening on my microphone and through my camera. And anytime I say a certain situation, it's like I said, it's like a chess game, you know? Okay, this is what you're gonna do, let's do this. So now let's try another theory. Let's try the theory of not talking out loud, because I know that you're always listening. I'm gonna talk about gibberish. When it comes to like decision-making things, I'm gonna have to just keep those moves to myself, because obviously that's how this game works. So other targeted individuals, when I find out things, I like to share them. We need to stop kind of like talking around the phone and any electronics when we're alone. Even if you're alone, you're gonna have to keep all your thoughts in your head. No thinking out loud. Think only in your head, because that's how we're really gonna know what they really know and what they really got. Do they really got machines that can read your mind? Do they really got witches that can read your mind and do all that kind of stuff? Because if they don't, then they got nothing. They just been getting lucky off of things that we say out our mouths. So this is how we're gonna test this theory out. Target individuals. Help me out with that. Other than that, thank God for life, you know. I'm still here doing laundry. I needed to do laundry, and it was gonna suck to have to get out of work and do it. And it's actually very empty right now. Even though crazy ass mommy over there keep looking at me. Yeah, you know what? She look weird. Like she got like all black eyes. Oh my God. That's the weird thing. Let me tell you what the weird thing is. This girl was just telling me about this thing, and I experienced it. My ex had like black eyes one time, you know, but he was next to me. But there was a person with black eyes in the same moment that he was there, and it kind of confused me. I didn't really know what was going on. And look at this. This is the second time in this video these crazy people walk by. You see, like, do you mean this don't give you the faculty? Have you ever seen The Faculty? When the one alien was in everybody, and they was always like acting like this, like zombies, and one mind hive mind. It was very weird. Okay, but the girl that I told y'all to follow, she was telling the story that her ex had looked just like this. He had the black eyes, and he looked very weird, but he looked like himself, but the eyes were different. And the same thing happened to me with my ex. But right now I'm at the laundromat, and the lady that's working here, she's like an employee, and she's just staring at me. But it's not that she's just staring at me. She has the black eyes, bro. It's very strange. But yeah, had a very strange day, but hey, you know what I mean? I'm not dead. I'm still alive. That's all that fucking matters. Anywho. TTYL. So this is another example. This dryer was just doing just fine. But as soon as I get to it, all of a sudden, the top one, because the way that they're plugged in is individually. As you can see, these two kind of like come together, I guess. Or they must be plugged into the same kind of like cord in the back. So behind here is like the plug that switches to the dryer. So when I get here, all of a sudden, this has an error, and this is turned off. So for some reason. every little thing go wrong, where you're gonna just feel like, crook or go crazy. But I'm okay. Stuff happens.